Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I ask that you all please rise. Face the colors of the United States. And join Charleston High School senior Annie Etheridge in the singing of our national anthem. Thank you very much. That was Annie Etheridge of Charleston High School. And now, if I may direct your attention to the 25-yard line, where it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you now the Illinois High School Association Director in charge of cross country and track and field in Illinois, Mr. Ron McGraw.
Good morning, everyone. It is my privilege to welcome you all here this morning and to thank you so much for traveling down here to Charleston to be the positive support that I know you're going to be to these young men who have worked so hard to qualify to compete here in our championships this weekend. We appreciate your being here and know that you'll treat these gentlemen appropriately and positively and in all ways be a positive support for them. We appreciate it. A couple of things I'd like to do. One would be, we have a couple of hundred volunteer officials that come here to make this event the special event that it is, to provide an opportunity for these young men to compete fairly. I would like you to join me in thanking them for being here and volunteering their time this weekend. Secondly, as is often the case in this part of the state at this time of the year, there's potential today for severe thunderstorms and lightning. Hopefully we'll not have that, but we anticipate that's possible today. If we are aware that there's lightning in the area, and we will be monitoring that closely, we would alert you to that fact and ask you to leave the bleacher area for your safety. That wouldn't be an option at that time. We would expect that you would vacate the bleachers and go to your car. Our rule is that after lightning is struck, we have to wait 30 minutes before we're able to pick up our competition again. So we would be alerting everyone over the PA as to the schedule and how we might adjust it at that time. We'll appreciate your cooperation if that should happen today. At this point, it's my privilege to introduce our meet referee for the weekend, Mr. Randy Jenkins, who will read our sportsmanship statement.
Final call, 4 by 800 meters to the 10th. Final call, 4 by 800 meters to the 10th, Class 2A.
The Illinois High School Association requires officials to enforce sportsmanship rules. Athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators all have a part to play in this process. High school athletics emphasize the positive values we all have worked hard to create: a sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and perspective. All attributes of good sportsmanship, shared by competitors who demonstrate this good behavior. We encourage and appreciate your assistance in promoting sportsmanship, and we hope this competition will reflect the mutual respect of all parties. Good luck, and have a great meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the young lady who sang so beautifully for us this morning. This is Annie Etheridge. Please thank her as I thank her for performing this morning. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I will turn the PA over to the voice of IHSA track and field, Mr. Matt Piesinski. We're almost ready to race. We hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.
In the 4x800, the first final on the track. Coming through looks to be Metamora from the leader of the field, 7:55.70. They won the Macomb sectional. John Mangold, Jake Gilliam both run 1:57 in open races for Metamora. This spring, Comanches of Cahokia have run 7:56 beginning of this month in Missouri. Should challenge Metamora. Chris Stanley of the Comanches with a 1:56 speed time. This race, Normal University behind Alexander Bruno, running 7:58 to finish second in Macomb. Could run under that this weekend. Rochester has Josh Cable, a freshman who's run 1:56 this year, could put the Rockets among the leaders, and Geneseo and Highland have quality runners that can also challenge. The surpriser in this race could be Johnsburg. Here in race number 1, that is Cahokia. First looks like Rochelle. Rochelle running stride for stride with Cahokia in second. Third, those look at the colors of Rochester. Cahokia and Rochelle. 15:62 for Cahokia is Chris Stanley, now taking a clean lead as Rochester pushes into the first exchange per second. Cahokia, Rochester, and Rochelle, your top three. 1:59 on that first 800 meters. Rochester now into second. Cahokia running right now is Chris McGee. And Rochelle back into second. Rochester into third. New fourth place. 21:81 for Rochelle is Donovan Harms. He's in second, Rochester third. There's Dunlap coming on the outside right now, looking for third place. The Eagles, always a threat in distance events. And now they're in second place. Dunlap is in second. It's clearly Cahokia. Rochester dropping back now in fifth, and we've got movement with a new team coming across there. And that may be Monticello moving up and making a big move there. The white and purple looks like the Sages. We'll confirm that as we come back around with Dunlop second and our leader going right behind the scoreboard at 3:55. Cahokia with Dunlop moved into second, 17:79. For Dunlop is Thomas Skeels. 20:40 in the next position for Monticello. That is Monticello, Justin Furchich, as the halfway exchange is taking place just past 4 minutes with Cahokia in a clear lead. Dunlop second, battle for third with Rochester taking an advantage on the outside. Rochester, Monticello, and what looks like Rockford Christian. And coming into the picture right now looks like Waterloo. Waterloo making up lots of ground. Into third, we'll confirm that as the Comanches come around. 15:59 is Chris Raymond in the lead. Dunlop is second, Waterloo in third. That big move by number 2340, which is Blake Rustenberg. Rustenberg owning third place at the moment with Rochester and Monticello and Rockford Christian behind. There's Sterling in the next position. Dunlop may now get hit from a large group coming from behind. And Waterloo leading that effort. That's Rustenberg leading the charge for the front of the group in second place. Rustenberg to the outside, Monticello in third, Rochester 4, Rockford Christian next, followed by Sterling. Everybody coming together. That is Monticello now as Cahokia 15:59. Chris Raymond sets the Comanches in position for the anchor exchange. Here's Monticello into second place. Monticello, Waterloo, Rochester moving up on the rail. Lots of exchanges around for second. The new second place is Monticello, followed by Rochester, Waterloo, Dunlop, Rockford Christian, Sterling. As these groups come through, Rochelle, as the Comanches move along. The record in Class 2A, 7:46.38, set last year by Ileana Christian. Rochester looks like they're moved into second now, 15:55, with the baton for the Comanches is Tyran Lyons. 21:97 in for Rochester there as the bell underway just past 7 minutes. 7:46.38, last year's 2A record. With 15:55 in command, Tyran Lyons, a junior. Rochester followed by Monticello. Still the battle on for second place with Dunlop. 7:39 as Cahokia comes out from behind the scoreboard and onto the home stretch. Here come the Comanches. 21:92 for Rochester is Josh Cable, and 20:45 for Monticello is Logan Peters. Here we go. The finish is Cahokia at 8:02, followed by Rochester, Monticello, Dunlop. There's Rockford Christian, and Waterloo caught at the end by what looks like Rochelle. There is Sterling. 1:59.9 on the anchor for Cahokia. The official times 8:02.51 Cahokia, 8:07.26 Rochester, 8:09.45 Monticello, 8:10.16 Dunlap. First call of the 4x1s to the tent. First call 4x100 meters to the tent.
And they're off. We have 11 teams in this section. Here they come breaking from the post. Normal U-High in second right now. The Pioneers.
First gas, 1537.
Burlington Central, your leader, they're at the rail. They're in the blue and black. University High, the Pioneers, running in second. Vernon Hills in third, now dropping to fourth. Galesburg now, the Silver Streaks in that first group in fifth, now moving into fourth. And now into the lead. We've got the Silver Streaks of Galesburg.
Silver Streaks first leg. We're looking at number 1851 for Galesburg.
It's Joe Stewart, a junior, running for the Silver Streaks. Tim Krzyzewski, Vernon Hills. He's in second place at the Exchange. Silver Streaks and the Cougars. The Pioneers of U-High. They're now in fourth. Burlington Central now in third, challenging Vernon Hills for second. It's Galesburg, Burlington Central, University High, Vernon Hills in fourth.
Burlington Central's moving up.
Burlington Central now closing in on the lead.
1835 in first. 1835
In first, U-High. Galesburg, still your leader.
1541 is the second. 1541.
Clay Musial running for Burlington Central. He is currently challenging now for the lead.
Fourth, I don't know, but U-High's in third.
University High in third.
We got Geneseo.
Here comes Geneseo into fifth.
Second for Geneseo.
Burlington Central now taking the lead. Clay Musial, a senior.
Followed by the Silver Streaks, 1830.
They're followed by Galesburg, Sebastian Artega. And here comes University High
Third leg coming up.
at the halfway mark. Right at 4 minutes and change. University High, your current leader on this third leg. Burlington Central now in second.
Blue and gold, I don't know.
First, third leg.
600 meters remain in this third leg.
We have the Silver Streaks. His number is going to be 2104. 2104.
1937 is in second and moving into first.
Noah Miller now challenging for the lead. He's from Johnsburg. The Skyhawks from the northern suburbs in Illinois. The far northern suburbs. And it's a battle.
Holding that rail. Pioneers still there.
We've got the Pioneers. And now it's the Skyhawks.
Here comes Burlington Central.
And Burlington Central now making a move.
Extending the lead.
CO's coming up on them.
And here comes Geneseo, the Maple Leaves.
What a push.
Geneseo
Down from fifth now to second.
from fifth, now moving to second. The Maple Leaves.
1855 for Geneseo. 1855.
First.
David Chenoweth, the senior running for Geneseo.
He had a brother, Nick, so it's back in the day.
It's Geneseo,
Geneseo.
Johnsburg,
Skyhawks.
Burlington Central, Galesburg fourth, the Pioneers fourth, U-High fifth, Vernon Hills now in sixth.
That was a strong leg for him. All right.
That was a great third leg for Geneseo. David Chenoweth, a senior running that third leg.
200 meters in, set, go. Get you
We'll try to figure the anchor out, but it's Geneseo, your leader.
Geneseo. 1857.
Kason Frericks running for Geneseo,
I believe 1947 for the Skyhawks.
and running 1937 Noah Miller for the Skyhawks. To the bell.
Streets. And fifth. Geneseo still
As Geneseo still at the rail.
big battle Skyhawks.
That's Johnsburg now.
Hey man, it's anybody's race, and you got 5 competitors.
There are 5 teams right here in this first group.
Here comes U-High.
Anyone can win. Here comes University High
Galesburg coming.
and Galesburg.
200 meters.
200 meters remain.
4 teams there. Don't forget about Burlington Central. That's still
And here we come out of the north turn.
Geneseo's in third.
Geneseo now in third. 100 meters remain. And here they come.
Burlington Central.
28.
Burlington Central and Geneseo.
Geneseo.
It's Geneseo. To the finish
Geneseo.
is U-High. Geneseo. Johnsburg 1, 2, and 3. Crossing the line now, Vernon Hills. And we're going to the board.
Final call, 4x100.
Final call, 4x100 meter relays to the tent. We look for the official on the scoreboard, and that'll be coming momentarily. Flight 2 and 3 of the triple jump, please report.
On your mark.
Where's your sectional leader?
We have a clean start. Metamore is your sectional leader here. Over the field coming out of the sectional last week. And they'll go right to the lead. After the break, they'll start to converge on the rail on the inside. We have Metamore in first. St. Vitus is in second. That looks like Carmel will be in third. On the outside, it looks like Chicago Lindblom now moving into third position. Lindblom coming out of the city of Chicago.
Yeah. 2241 is fourth.
2022 is first.
22. Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. That's who's
Sacred Heart Griffin.
They're into the lead.
They're in the lead right now. St. Vitus trying to answer. We come through the first 400 meters at 60 seconds. 60 seconds. It looks like we're going to have a kicker's race. All teams are still there. It is starting to string out just a little bit on the north curve.
Metamora Metamora's sectional time is 7:55.
Metamora's sectional time is
7:55.
7:55.
70.
70.
Right now it's St. Viator.
St. Viator on the inside with 200 meters to go for this first leg. We're at 1 minute 30 seconds. Looks like a 2 flat pace with 30 seconds to go hopefully here. St. Viator trying to push that pedal just a little bit more over the field. Peru on the outside with the green and white stripe on with the pink headband. He's coming. And here comes Lindblom.
1959, that's Brendan Sebastian.
Brendan Sebastian for LaSalle, Peru. But St. Viator will hand off first. LaSalle, Peru, 2 minutes even at the first split.
Jake Bonanati on that leg for Viator.
Jake Bonanati
On the leg.
on the second leg for Viator. Things are a little quiet on the backstretch. St. Viator.
That's the 18.
Highland. Highland is with them. That's Highland now.
We have a position change here for the lead. We're going to check on that here in just a second.
2:02.
That's bib 2027. That's Jake Gillum, a sophomore for Metamora over St. Viator. The sophomore leading the way going through the first half. LaSalle, Peru on the inside. On the outside of LaSalle, Peru is Sacred Heart Griffin. Lindblom still there. Looks like Saavedra for Lindblom and Mundelein.
Carmel.
Now Lindblom will lead the pack, the chase pack. And we have our
Metamora in the lead.
Metamora and St. Viator battle going in the front with a nice distance. Lindblom is in third. 200 meters to go for this third leg.
Let me give you the Metamora runner again.
Metamora, that's a sophomore, Jake Gillum.
Yeah, 2027 for St. Viator.
St. Viator,
15:11.
15:11 for St. Viator. That is Miles McDonald, a junior.
16:25 for Lindblom.
16:25 for Lindblom. That is Eduardo Rodriguez, a sophomore. Here comes Carmel.
20:67.
20:67 for Carmel. That's Patrick Pasalka, the senior, handing off to his teammate. And we'll go back to the curve. We have Metamora, again, your sectional leader, followed by St. Viator.
Carmel now third.
Carmel now third. Lindblom's drops to fourth, but a great leg by Rodriguez, a sophomore from Lindblom in Chicago.
Sacred Heart Griffin is fifth.
Sacred Heart Griffin is fifth. We're going to check on the Metamora runner here as they round the curve onto the home straightaway.
2028.
2028. That is Drew Hiltz, the sophomore. Another sophomore leading for the Metamora.
Viator is 15:04.
15:04 for St. Viator. That is Christopher Bergsoff. We're at 5 minutes even. The running time for this third section of the 4x800 meter relay class 2A. And we have a pack, a 4-pack. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and seventh. That's Lindblom. Carmel now dropping off the pace a little bit, along with Lindblom leading that third place position. Looks like Sacred Heart. Lindblom is not done yet on the outside. 250 meters to go for this leg. Now we go back to the front. It is going to be Metamora, the sophomore. 2028, that's Drew Hiltz. He's about to punch out on his day of work and handing off to his teammate. 2030 will be receiving the baton. That's a senior, John Mangold, about to receive the baton from Metamora. 6:06 running time, St. Viator, followed by Sacred Heart. Lindblom, we have on the outside, it looks like Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart now into fourth.
And you have Highland in the top 5.
Highland is in the top 5.
In third place, we check this here.
That is Taylorville in the purple, going straight to the front of this pack.
Runner into the
Taylorville
Springfield Sacred Heart.
going to work.
Springfield Sacred Heart in third. Taylorville is second. Yeah.
Taylorville now in second.
Sacred Heart third.
Sacred Heart is third.
Is fourth.
Highland is fourth. St. Viator fifth. Lindblom is sixth. But Taylorville on a mission. Metamora, that is John Mangold, the senior, and he has a pack of 5 on his heels. Once again, the heat winner in top 9 times will go to the finals and will survive the day. And we have a battle for second now.
10 into second.
That is going to be Springfield Sacred Heart. Lindblom in second. Now we have another move for second. Metamora is checking his backside because he has 5 runners on his heels. 200 meters to go. Highland and Viator now breaking away from the pack. Metamora still on the cruise control button. Here comes 2 runners. St. Viator, 15-13. That is going to be Peters. Brian Peters, the senior, here comes on the outside, number 4. That's Champaign Central. Passing up St. Viator and Sacred Heart, but it's going to be Metamora, 8-11 point the win. Champaign Central second, Sacred Heart third, St. Viator with fourth. And we go to the board. Metamora, 8-11-13. Champaign Central, 8-12-66. Highland, 8-13-31. Arlington Heights, St. Viator will be 8-13-60. Taylorville, again, a strong opening leg for Taylorville. Put them in second, but they will drop to fifth. 8-13 and some change. We have a runner coming in, the Grizzlies of Peyton. Let's give them a round of applause. And that will conclude the 4x800 meter relay section.
All right, clean start. Watching the middle here, Rich Central, Galesburg, Mount Carmel. And Galesburg has made up the stagger. In the middle there's Galesburg with, on the outside of them, Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel in sprints have been very good this spring. We've seen them travel the entire state, and here's Galesburg coming around on the outside with Dixon, the 1-2. This is Eicher of Galesburg. Josh Eicher breaking away with Olympia Fields on the inside. Dudley, Eicher, Dudley, and in Dixon, that's LeBlanc. And there's your 1-2-3 right there. Galesburg with looks like Rich Central and Dixon with Mount Carmel. Let's see what it says on the board.
7 teams in the field. Very even. Highland looking good at the first exchange. And on the outside, Normal U-High running well. And Vernon Hills on the very outside with the exchange. Highland running from lane 6. Very even to the final exchange. That's Highland, Evergreen Park, Caneland, Maple Park. It's Brandon Cruz, but here comes Highland. Evergreen Park in the middle, Charles Taylor. Evergreen Park, Highland ran Sam Tapey on the anchor.
It's a clean start. Phillips in lane 5 with a good start, closing the gap. And first to the exchange, Phillips with a good lead. The Wildcats running strong. Outside of them, Sycamore running well also. That's Dion Hooker running on that second leg.
All right, and now it's Phillips.
Phillips with a nice lead coming into the curve, the third leg.
Okay, so it's going to be Phillips in the anchor.
It's going to be Phillips coming in with the first exchange. Dwayne Collins, a senior, anchoring for Phillips. And Sycamore, Edgar Garcia, another senior, anchoring. On the outside coming in, that's Centennial, Champaign Centennial with the finish. Lane 8 into second place. Chicago Phillips will take first with a 42.72. 41.72.
And it should be Champaign Centennial.
And we have a clean start. Again, in the middle, we're looking at Cahokia. It looks like they will separate themselves immediately. We go to the first handoff. We have some clean ones. Cahokia on the outside. We have Troy Triad and Harrisburg. Cahokia in the middle. Now they are in control of this heat. Cahokia. Interesting exchange on that third leg for Cahokia, but they still managed to be in the lead. On the inside, we have Troy Triad and Country Club Hillcrest. We go to Jamari Ward with the stick, and everyone's chasing him. Troy Triad on the outside in lane number 6. We have still Cahokia, Troy Triad. We're battling for third. It looks like it will be Hillcrest in lane number 4 for third. Cahokia, Triad, and Hillcrest. 1, 2, 3. We go to the board. 41.84. For Cahokia, Troy Triad, 42.57. Country Club Heels, 43.03. So it looks like the Wildcats of Phillips will have the top time going into tomorrow's final.
All right, first of 4 underway, and right there in the middle is McShane of Freeport in 5. 5 and 6, it's McShane and Reals, the 2 Freeport pretzels. And on the outside, that's King of Manuel. King of Manuel may have gotten second, with McShane in the lead for this first preliminary. The 3 winners plus the next 6 move on to the finals. 14.76 for the Freeport pretzels, McShane. And there is King of Peoria Manuel in second with the lean on the inside. 14.86. Reals of Freeport is third.
We look to lane 5, Gamar Hales of Rich Central. And in 4, Tyler Marler of Harrisburg. And in lane 6, Caleb Flack to the finish. That's Gamar Hales of Rich Central. Your apparent winner from Heat 2, 14:47 on Hales. Flack was second at 15:11.
Clean start.
And in this third heat, it is Session. Clean start. Pulling away Corian Session from Cahokia.
Moores of Waterloo.
It looks like Grayson Moores of Waterloo and Kiefover from Antioch. 1, 2, 3 should be Session, Moores, and Kiefover. Their times will be coming to the board. 14:21 in that heat. 14:81 for Moores of Waterloo.
Good start over the hurdles first. It looks like it's going to be Burlington. That's Eggy.
5-4.
And now in the middle is lane number 5. Still is Eggy. 5-4. We got a battle for second. All three. Murray on the outside. Cahokia. And it could be lane number 4 as well. Binion.
With Pranka.
With Pranka as well. Great field. We're going to get your board lit up right here. 14:40 for Eggy. Murray 14:96. And Binion, 15:04 from Erie Prophetstown. The Tigers of Princeton, 15:04 for Pranka.
And here we go. Adam Nelson should hold the middle, and that is Nelson. Right outside of him is West of Montini. It's West of Montini hitting things first. Let's see what that looks like. West and Nelson, the 1-2.
And a clean start here for Eicher, Atkins, and Munson. It's going to be Atkins and Munson. Now there's Eicher taking over the race, and he'll take the win. We'll go Eicher, Atkins, Munson. 1, 2, 3. Eicher, 10:53. If that is win legal, we might have a record. We're going to check the win on that one. Atkins, 10:75, and Munson, 10:89. The meet record is 10:59 under the legal win, which is 2.0.
Fair start. It's Hooker. Hooker from Sycamore And in lane 7, Dudley from Rich Central. It's Hooker and Curtis from Glenbard South. This is another fast one. 10:69 on Hooker. He was first. Dudley second at 10:84.
Cable from Rochester now battles Mangold. That's Metamora in the red blend to white over black. And we head towards the break, and Metamora in the lead with Wandall now moving into second for Ileana Christian. 10, 9, and 6. There's Wandall with Blackford of Mount Vernon. The Rams normally wear a black with orange, and they are in the 3 spot. Metamora, Ileana, and Mount Vernon. And everybody tightening up. As in there is Urbana as well, Keith Lee. And Wandall has gone into the lead at 57 and 9.
Number 2 moving up.
Then number 2
Challenging for second.
challenging for second again is Mangold of Metamora.
Freshman moving up.
And the freshman Josh Cable coming into the picture. Let's check it again. Wandall with Metamora. There's the forerunner, La Sota of Peyton. He's the tall one in the bunch of the top 4. And there's Cable, the freshman. It's still Wandall. He's been part of a really good Ileana team the last couple of years. Appreciate Ileana. They're going to move over the border in a couple of years, and they'll no longer be with us. They'll be in Indiana. Here comes Ileana Christian. Nick Wandall and the freshman Cable right behind, and Cable trying to close the gap. Here is Cable of Rochester, and Cable has Wandall, and we will go to the finish at 157. The win, great win there, and third place looks like 4 from Peyton up front. Let's see how it goes.
Final call for the 4x2. Final call 4x2 to the starter. Seven competitors in the field in this second section. That's Tim Krzyzewski of Vernon Hills at the rail at the break. And Connor Hickey of LaSalle, Peru, coming on the outside. Zerusin of Effingham, the Hearts. And now it's Hickey and Zerusin. Krzyzewski settles into third at the rail. They're followed by Jake Watland. He's your section leader from Morris, and Nathan Ambrose from Winnebago. On the outside, that's Krzyzewski running for the Cougars of Vernon Hills. Zerusen now. Effingham into the lead. Nope. Back to LaSalle Peru. Connor Hickey with 1 to go. LaSalle Peru's Connor Hickey. He's your leading Watland of Morris in second. Connor Hickey, your leader. Watland second. In third, Zerusen of Effingham. Here comes Khrushchevsky back into the race. Coming from lane 3 now, Khrushchevsky with 200 meters. Turning for home. That's Connor Hickey, the senior from LaSalle, Peru, and Watland from Morris. Hickey and Morris. It's Morris, it's Jake Watland. Winnebago. Here comes Khrushchevsky, Vernon Hills into third. There's 1, 2, and 3. We'll look to the scoreboard. That's Morris first at 157.55. Hickey second. LaSalle Peru 156.26. Khrushchevsky third. 158.55 it looks. There's the top 3 from section 2.
Clean start. The early lead goes to Nick Harvey from Burlington Central. And number 5, Derek Hierman. And Matt Cheklicki comes in there.
5, 3, 10, 12.
Number 5, Derek Hierman leading the way. He came in with a time of 1 minute 58 seconds from the sectionals. The leader in this pack, Trevor White from Highland, came in with a 157.06 from sectional times.
5:11:12. Okay.
Still number 5, Derek Hierman leading the way, 11 and 12. Jake Vanderwall and Connor Stein following him up.
Cheslicki is next.
Cheslicki is coming in.
For Evergreen Park.
Evergreen Park's Cheslicki is following up in fourth. They come through.
In the fourth place, that's White of Highland.
White of Highland Park in sixth. They came through at 58 through the first quarter.
Now he's moving. Let's see who that is. That is 11 moving ahead. 11.
Jake Vanderwall
12.
pulling away. Number 12, Connor Stein closing the gap on him.
11, 12, 6, 5.
Trevor White in third, but fading to fourth, being passed by Derek Hierman.
11, 12, 5. 5 now at the third.
11, Jake Vanderwall is being closed on by Connor Stein.
And 10 to the outside.
10 to the outside, Nick Harvey is closing. And coming to the finish, this last 100, 11-12, Jake Vanderwall, Connor Stein. Connor Stein with a strong finish.
He's the state's best. Out of there, and he's going to go 158 flat.
Around 158 flat for Connor Stein from Stanford Olympia. 158.20 is the official time. Jake Vanderwall comes in second with a time of 159.44. In third, White, 159.75. And in fourth, Harvey, 159.96.
All right. Ooh, look at Phillips. They're moving out there. Stagger made up. These guys want that gold medal one more time. They want to punch their ticket to Saturday. From the south side, Phillips has another exchange. And everybody else far behind when it comes to the stagger and the exchange. Wendell Phillips out there on the outside with Rochester. Rochester running well there, the Rockets. And then Dixon outside of them. That's your first three across here. Looking for the exchange and the stagger. Here we go. Watch Phillips. And, there it is. Just a little bit of a waiver, but look, they're all alone. Outside of them is Rochester. And the Rockets on the inside, that's Champaign Centennial. Look at the Chargers now. That's Centennial with the powder blue stripe along the side. The Chargers are in second. There's a yellow flag on this race, though, so we'll have to hold for official results. This is Phillips in the one position with Champaign Centennial. Phillips and Centennial. And more Centennial here. For Centennial, that's Vincent Gordon. Vincent Gordon trying to catch up with Dwayne Collins. It won't happen, but he definitely makes it interesting. The 4-lane Chatham Glenwood looks to be third in an unofficial result under review.
We even saw it. Dude, we need that.
8 teams in this heat. It's even. To the first exchange. Vernon Hills perhaps with a slight lead. And Hillcrest from lane 5, the Hawks. Vernon Hills running well. From lane 7, lane 5 is Hillcrest. In lane 6 is Evergreen Park. And Normal Community in lane 8. We look for the exchange.
Evergreen, can't get rid of it. There you go. And inside. White.
And that's Hillcrest, the Hawks.
With Evergreen.
And Evergreen Park, the Mustangs. The Hawks and the Mustangs, they lead the field. Bad exchange on Vernon Hills drops them to 4th. It's Hillcrest. Tyree Allen running the anchor for the Hawks. Running for Evergreen Park, it's Charles Taylor. That's Allen and Taylor. The Hawks and the Mustangs. The Hawks, the Mustangs. And Maple Park, Caneland. Harrisburg in 3rd. And Maple Park 4th.
There is the gun for the 4x2, even start. Coming into the first exchange, we'll see who's got the lead. Looks like it could be Richfield's Olympia Fields out there.
And the all red. And
all red, that's Urban Prep Inglewood with the first exchange. Making up the stagger in lane 7, Chicago Urban Prep Inglewood.
And 7 and 9 and 6. 7, 9.
Still looks like lane 7, Chicago Urban Prep Inglewood with the lead.
Yeah, 7.
Galesburg with the next handoff.
7-6.
Olympia Fields with a 129 coming in from the sectionals. Galesburg closing now, along with Springfield Lamphere, but still out in front.
More Galesburg now.
Inglewood is still out in front.
Yeah.
And with the first exchange, Chicago Urban Prep Inglewood still with the lead. Galesburg closing quick. That's Josh Eicher with the anchor leg. Coming outside of him, Olympia Fields Rich Central.
Ooh, Eicher.
Eicher closed the gap and shutting the door.
Eicher is cruising.
It will go Galesburg in first, Chicago Urban Prep Inglewood, and Rich Central.
20 points
Fourth
for Eicher.
will be Springfield Lamphere, the Lions. Time coming in first.
Yeah.
And we have a fair start. Looks like due to the stagger, it's pretty even. Pontiac out in lane number 7 with the marginal lead. Cahokia along with Montini. And we'll go to the first exchange. Cahokia with the baton first, followed by Montini, Pontiac, and Troy Triad. Troy Triad coming in across your screen in front, but due to the stagger, here comes blue with the white trim. That's Cahokia. 7, 8, 9. The Bulls are there as well with Cahokia. We go to the exchange near the start-finish line, and Cahokia with it. We have a little trouble with the baton with Montini, but they get it off clean from our vantage point. We'll go back to the front on the backstretch. Cahokia on the outside. It looks like Highland. The Bulls battling. Pontiac is there as well. We'll go to the final exchange. It looks like Kevon Atkins will take the driver's seat for the Comanches. All alone on the outside of him is Pontiac.
Pontiac, yes.
On the inside, it looks like the Pretzels of Freeport.
There's Montini.
Montini trying to battle for the second spot with Highland. Now it looks like Montini will pull away for an outright second. That's Mitch West, a sophomore for Montini, but it's going to go Comanche, Montini, Pontiac, Troy Triad. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 27.84 for Cahokia, followed by 129.06 for Montini.
We need coaches from Normal U High and Vernon Hills report to the dugout. Coaches from Normal U High and Vernon Hills report to the dugout. All right, in heat number 1 of 3 in the 400s, DeMonte Anglin of DuSable in 2, Cody Rand of Sandwich in 3, lane 6, Aaron Porter of Marion moving forward, Tyler Higgins of Highland is in 5, Turan Lyons of Cahokia in 7, Darius Allen, Tinley Park in 8, Richard Schwartzbauer of Aurora Central Catholic in 9. Lane 6 and Aaron Porter of Marion. There's Marion. Everybody else even on the inside. Tyler Higgins trying to get second on the outside. Lions of Cahokia. Oh, look at Higgins of Highland. Higgins of Highland has the strength to move in, and he's going to take the win. 5-7-6. Lions sneaks in there with Cahokia. Blankenship in the middle here for Johnsburg. The record is 47-31, set 4 years ago. Garrett Payne of Glen Ellen, Glenbard South, Tomaszewski and Harris, your 1-2. BJ Harris of the Peoria Lions. In 5, that black and maroon of Peoria in the lead. And outside of him is Tomaszewski of Princeton. And inside is Blankenship of Johnsburg. Blankenship is pulled even with Harris. Blankenship now down low. It's Alston of Centennial and Orrs McNeil. McNeil looking to get second. The win is going to go 5-2-3. Blankenship, Johnsburg. DeAndre McNeil, Chicago Orr. David Alston of Champaign Centennial. The 1-2-3 at 49-45 for the win. The coach from Normal University High to the dugout. Coach from Normal University High to the dugout. Shadid in here for Peoria Notre Dame. Coach from Sycamore to the clerk's tent. There's Notre Dame in the lead. Right next to him, Chris Stanley. That's Shadid. And Stanley with Pointer of Rochelle in third. It's more David Shadid. Shadid. Peoria Notre Dame straightens it out and heads home. There is Colfay Pointer of Rochelle, moves to second, and there's Burlington Central's Neubauer trying to get into the top 3. Rochelle's Pointer getting closer. The win is to Shadid. Peoria Notre Dame, followed by Stanley of Cahokia. Pointer of Rochelle will go to second, then Stanley. Call for 1,600 runners to the tent. First call of the 1,600 runners to the tent. There's Session for Cahokia, moving up on the stagger by the time he gets to the 200 mark. He is in the lead. Corian Session, Cahokia. He's a senior. And in the second is Ruffin of Peoria High. 2 seniors there inside of him. Stephen King, Peoria Manual, Peoria High. Trying to move up challenge Session. Didn't get much off of that one, but he's trying to make the last one. And he pulls up. And that allows Session to take the win, followed by Peoria High's Ruffin. And then it looked like King of Manual. That's how it plays out for the scoreboard. Session 38-40.
They're off heat 2 of 4. At the first hurdle, Zach Gerzika of St. Vitor out of Arlington House, the Lions. He's your leader. On his outside, the freshman from Geneseo, Reed Vanderhayden. Lane 2, Trinell Austin of Chicago's Morgan Park. And onto the back straightaway, we've got St. Vitor, Zach Gerzika. St. Vitor, Reed Vanderhayden. Geneseo from Canelan, Tanner Robertson. There's your top 3.
It's a clean start. fairly even. Lane 7, Deming Cole with a good start, closing the stagger on lane 8. Looks like Heron Tigers.
6.
Lane 6, Drew Pronka of Princeton. The Princeton Tigers leading the way.
6-5.
Lane 6, Drew Pronka, Dion McShane in lane 5 coming on strong. Dion McShane, the freshman, taking the lead.
5-6.
And back with Drew Pronka of Princeton. It's going to be a close finish, and it's going to go Dion McShane, Princeton's second, Drew Pronka.
All right, in this race, we have Colin Hecht of Effingham in 1, Alex Hernandez Belvedere in 2, Bailey Kokos of Dunlop in 3, Lucas Ege should be the clear favorite in 4. He's moving up. And then Edgar Garcia of Sycamore in 6, Keandre Wells of Cahokia in 7, Mark Mudd in 8 for Chicago Mount Carmel, Arturo Cemental of Peyton in 9. As they straighten it out, there's Lucas Ege. Ege, and in 7, that's Keandre Wells of Cahokia. That is Ege and Cahokia. Wells. The record is 37-34. Let's see how well Ege does here as he hits at 38. And we lost Wells, and that's going to take him out of the picture. Edgar Garcia will sneak in for Sycamore after the hurdle took out Wells. All right, here's the field in heat number 1 of 3 in the 1600. Wesley Chan of Chicago Peyton in 2. Matt Rickman, a freshman from Maple Park Canelan in 3. Ben Flowers from Jersey Community in 4. Daniel Flood of Mount Vernon, the Rams in 5. Ashton Hyatt of Champaign Central in 6. Valmer Saavedra of Chicago Lindblom in 7. David Chenoweth of Geneseo in 8. Seth Williams, Rock Falls in 9. In 10, Clay Musial of Burlington Central. Jacob Lee of Washington in 11. Alexander Bruno, Normal University in 12. I think Bruno is in the front here with 4:12.9 right now. 4 is your leader, Ben Flowers of Jerseyville. Jersey in the white, powder blue, and black, and there is Normal University right behind.
Good. I got several scratches for the 1600. Heat 1.
All right, let's go back to this race as we're at the halfway point. Still very tight pack with Jerseyville's Ben Flowers, a sophomore in the lead, and there's Alexander Bruno right behind. There is a potential in this field to go after Jamison Dale's record of 4:15.97 from 3 years ago. Dale of Chicago Jones Lance Mueller, you'll see in race 3 here, will be one of the favorites. He ran 4:19:30 to win a triad last week. Mueller of Waterloo ran 4:19:26 at Collinsville. Brenner Webster of Salem lost to Mueller by only 0.04 of a second last week. Alexander Bruno, you're seeing in the 2 possession, he improved his personal best by 10 seconds to win the Macomb sectional. And there is Bruno on the outside, and on the inside is Flowers, and that third runner
6-7, 4-12, 6-7.
is Ashton Hyatt of Champaign Central. So they're through the bell now, just a little bit past 3:30.
12 now into first.
And now into first is Alexander Bruno. He is a senior for the Pioneers, onto the back stretch. The battle now, there's 6. 6 is Ashton Hyatt of Champaign Central. He's in second, Jerseyville in third. Here comes number 10, Claim Usual, Burlington Central, moving up as they hit the northeast corner, the 200 mark. It is still Alexander Bruno, but closing on him is Ashton Hyatt of Champaign Central, and the 10 runner Claim Usual coming up into third. And watch
Here it comes.
Champaign Central, Ashton Hyatt. Ashton Hyatt has found Bruno, and Bruno wakes up, and they both hit the line together.
62-7 last night.
62-7
Bruno.
for Bruno in the last lap, but a last-second acceleration in those numbers. And they have to sort that one out, given the efforts by the junior from Champaign Central, Ashton Hyatt.
On your mark.
Clean start. Mitch Feehan of New Lenox. I believe that's Lincoln Way West in the 2 position. Colton Bell of the Charleston Trojans made it through, and he's in 3. Another Apollo runner from down here, the All-Stater from cross country, Curtis Reed of the Mount Zion Braves. He's in 4. Victor Fortin of Peoria Notre Dame in 5. Jake Gilliam of Metamora. 2 teams just across the river from each other in 5 and 6. Lucas Lingle of Canton in 8. Spencer Hansen of Woodstock in 9. Michael Church, East Peoria in 10. Austin Kintz of Maple Park Canelan in 12. And from Salem, again, the third team from the Apollo Conference in this race, the section leader, Brenner Webster of the Salem Wildcats. He's in the 2 position and pushing forward. That is Salem into the lead.
6 and second.
6 and second, which is Jake Gilliam of Metamora. Canelan up there now. Canelan is Austin Kintz, a junior. Very tight pack.
64 first quarter.
64 in the first quarter.
Number 2 now into third.
Into third, it is Mitch Feehan of New Lenox. And that is Lincoln Way West, the Warriors. Canelan is second. And we see Metamora along the rail. And I think that's Curtis Reed of the Mount Zion Braves in the 4 spot. Reed is dangerous in the final 400. We've seen his acceleration throughout the years in various Apollo Conference meets. Mount Zion, too, has come up with a couple of cross-country titles in Class 1A the last couple of years. But they move up to 2A for track. There is Colton Bell of the Charleston Trojans behind Metamora's Jake Gilliam. Look at this nice straight line as they head now to the halfway point at the 209, 210, 211 mark. It is still the Salem Wildcats. Brenner Webster, a senior. Salem is about a half hour below Effingham and north of Centralia, and they have had a strong distance program the last couple of years in Class 2A.
Could you have Peoria, Notre Dame, and
coaches of Evergreen Park and Peoria Notre Dame to the clerk's tent. And speaking of Peoria Notre Dame, that looks like Victor Fortin has suddenly blasted into the lead from the middle of the pack.
5-12-11.
5-12-11. He's now in front of Webster heading to the bell. Fortin, now Webster back into the lead. He waves to his fandom, holding to stay in control. And Caneland is there with Austin Kintz, and now it's a battle at the bell. Now number 6 to the outside, Jake Gilliam of Metamora, still anybody's race. Bell is still in there for Charleston at the back of a very tight pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 just behind that group. Austin Kintz looks for something on the outside on Jake Gilliam. Metamora, we've seen a lot of distance proficiency here today. That is Kintz, the junior, now into the lead on Gilliam. And another move. Coach from Woodstock and Chicago Orr report to the clerk's tent. Coach from Chicago North Lawndale at the Kurt's tent. Here's Austin Kintz.
11-6.
And Curtis Reed wants into the top 3. Kintz of Caneland, followed by Metamora's Gilliam. And there is Curtis Reed of Mount Zion with Brenner Webster of Salem. 62-2 on the last 400 on that bell lap, with the win to Austin Kintz of Maple Park Caneland at a 4:26.05. Metamora's Gilliam is second, 4:28.02. And Curtis Reed, third for the Mount Zion Braves at 4:30.22.
Feeney goes immediately to the rail from the outside position in alley 1. Joe Stewart now from Galesburg at the break, followed by Flight of Fenwick running for the Flyers, senior Salvatore Flight. Followed by Lance Mueller of Waterloo. Flight and Mueller now your leaders. Feeney follows closely, and then Jack Darrow of Fenwick. Got a pair of Friars in that front pack. Joe Stewart of Galesburg and Landon Skelly of Glenwood Chatham. About 1:06 for the first 400 meters. That plays out to about a 4:24 1600. Our meet record set by Jamison Dale of Chicago Jones at 4:15.97. That record set back in 2012. Lance Mueller in the lead now, and Flight of Fenwick on his shoulder. Feeney of Ileana Christian and Landon Skelly of Glenwood Chatham on the outside. 5 runners in that first grouping. And Matt Carr of Limestone also there. 2:14 at the 800, halfway through this race. As the field opens up a bit. That's Flight on the inside and Mueller. And here comes Feeney. Feeney from Ileana Christian into the lead. Four by four to the 10. All 4x4 relay teams, this is your first call. To the clerk's tent, please. Mueller, Feeney, Skelly of Glenwood Chatham, and Flight. Skelly into the lead. That's Glenwood Chatham, a junior, Landon Skelly, and he stumbles a bit, allowing Feeney back into the lead. At the bell, and in that pack, a junior from Limestone Bartonville, Matt Carr. He is currently fifth. 5 runners in that first grouping with 300 meters remaining. Feeney and Mueller running 1 and 2. They're followed by Flight and Skelly. Mueller and Feeney, with Feeney at the rail. Mueller and Feeney. And here comes the Friars of Fenwick. That'd be Salvatore Flight. It's Flight and Feeney. Flight, Feeney, Mueller, and Skelly. Your top 4 followed by Matt Carr. Your top 5. 62.5 on that last 400 meters. And we look at the scoreboard. 423.87. Flight your winner. Mueller second, 424.08. Feeney second, 424.08. Mueller third, 425.05. Fourth was Skelly.
All right, you got Hooker in the middle here for Sycamore, and he's got a nice start going on, but Aiken's running strong inside. And you also got Jack Curtis of Glenbard South trying to hold the middle. There is Hooker. Hooker in a battle with Aikens, and then Jack Curtis. It's going to go to Cahokia. It is Kevin Aikens. And we go. There are 2 Hillcrest Hawks in all white. They're in the middle, Allen and Nathan. And lane number 4 is Vincent Gordon of Champaign Centennial. It is Gordon of Champaign Centennial hitting the accelerator. Then Allen will try to move into second, and Nathan following him with Orrs, Jones, and McNeil. And it looks like Centennial with the win, 22-27.
We look to the middle. Josh Eicher, Galesburg. And outside of him, DeQuayne Dudley of Olympia Fields, Rich Central, Eicher and Dudley, Eicher, Dudley. Iker, Dudley, and Peggs. Iker, Dudley, Peggs, and Stoke of North Lawndale.
And if the sectional was on Friday.
All right. Again in the middle here, you got Peoria High in 5, Troy Triad with them in Sandwich in 4. As they go through the first turn onto the back stretch, Harrisburg moving up on the stagger out in lane number 7, and then you've got Robeson running well in 3. Harrisburg and Robeson. Robeson is actually making progress there in 3 as Harrisburg comes through first, and in the middle it is Peoria High. Troy Triad there behind them. Peoria High continues to move up. Peoria High clear through the stagger here in the home stretch. Now watch the exchange. Peoria first, and then Harrisburg. Peoria, Harrisburg. The 1-2 in the race to the break. Peoria, Harrisburg. Peoria cruises to the lane and the rail, and Harrisburg has to fade in behind them. They're running out of straightaway as they hit that north curve.
St. Viator in 3rd.
St. Viator in 3rd. 4th place looks like Evergreen Park. Let's check it coming around. Peoria High and Harrisburg. Your 1-2. Troy Triad in the top group as Peoria takes the baton first, followed by Harrisburg. The 3-4, Robeson still in there as they hit the back stretch now. Peoria, Harrisburg.
Robeson and Viator.
Robeson and Viator.
51.4 average on the first 2 legs.
51.4 average on the first 2 legs. There's Troy. As they come around, Harrisburg and Peoria, followed by Sandwich and Robeson. Sandwich on the rail on the inside in 3rd, then Troy, then Viator and Evergreen Park. And here we go at the bell. 2:33, 51.7 on that 400. And now it's Harrisburg, the Bulldogs. Far southeastern Illinois. Peoria High trying to regain something there. They're not catching them.
I think that's Tyler Marler, Jr.
That's
Harrisburg.
Marler, a junior for Harrisburg. Peoria 2nd. Your forerunner is 3rd. That is Sandwich, followed by Chicago Robeson. There is Troy Triad trying to catch Robeson as we come home in this first of the 4x4s. Oh, Peoria! The Lions have it back. Peoria to the finish. B.J. Harris.
49.9.
49-9 on the effort by Harris to bring the Lions back in as Evergreen Park closes this one up. Clean start in this second of 4 races. Cahokia, again, also has the record from last year in this 2A event, 3:17.66 Cahokia, and anything below 3:20 seems to be normal ground for the Comanches in the 4x4 as they hit the north curve in the beginning of the 3-turn stagger. 2071 right now running for Lincoln Way West. That's Connor Daly of the Warriors. And 1970 here on the outside, Muhammad Seymour Street Beal battling for second. Inside of them, Pontiac and the 3-turn stagger, and it's going to go to lane number 4 first. That is Sycamore. Sycamore sneaks in there with a 51.8. Flight 3 of the 3A long jump report. Now, a big crowd as they get past the break with Lincoln Way West in the lead. And Pontiac right behind with Sycamore. And then looks like Mount Zion right behind as Lincoln Way West in the lead. Pontiac in second. Sycamore in third. That is Tinley Park in the all red in fourth. There is Highland into the next exchange. And a new set of legs. Everybody's still chasing the Warriors of Lincoln Way West as they head back onto the back stretch. Lincoln Way West.
6 did not the Pontiac guy did not
with
turn.
Pontiac, Sycamore, Tinley Park, Highland, Mount Zion, Muhammad Seymour. They come around once again and look for the anchors. Oh, and we've got things tightening up between Lincoln Way West and Pontiac. And Pontiac has regained the lead. Here's Tinley Park with Highland. All 5 teams trying to get a good position. Tinley Park continues to jump forward. Tinley Park dashes in. Oh, they battle Lincoln Way West. Tried to get to second. Oh, but everybody's back together again, too. They come around that curve. It's going to be anybody's race on that back stretch. Who can catch? I believe it's Pontiac now. Yes, Pontiac.
Lane number 5.
And on the outside is Highland.
Number 5 all the way up to
Highland is Brody Portell. Portell trying to run down Pontiac. They're now in the vision. It is Pontiac and Highland, Lincoln Way West, and Tinley Park.
DeRosso of Pontiac.
DeRosso of Pontiac, Xavier DeRosso. And now they're going to get to it, and Tinley Park tries to sneak in again on Lincoln Way West. Again, it won't happen.
50.4.
50.4. Pontiac takes this race. 3:25.14 and Highland come from behind to get into second. 3:26.77.
And we're off. Even start Centralia is making up the stagger out in lane 7. And on the inside, it looks like Sterling's closing that gap quite quickly on the back stretch. Going through the 200 in around 24 seconds is Sterling.
Yes, sir. Lane 7 should be. Springfield.
Coming back in this lane 7 is Centralia. Leading the way. On the inside, it looks like Cahokia is closing it up. We'll see on the back stretch who comes with a lead. Looks like the first exchange is Cahokia. They come through with a 50.7 leadoff leg. And they are extending this lead. Going with them is Centralia. And on the inside, Sterling is coming in 3.
Is it really?
Yeah, my dad moved up here. My dad ran Westwood Sports Complex in Sterling, yeah.
Cahokia is still holding on to the lead.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on Cahokia's times.
Yeah, got 50.
It looks like 15:56. Chris McGee of Cahokia in first. Sterling is just holding on to third.
49-7.
Good exchange, 49-7 with that leg. Chris McGee with a 49-7 split.
This will have Ward in it somewhere, won't it? No Ward? Okay. He's won it, okay. All right.
Cahokia is at Chatham Glenwood in second.
Yeah.
Chatham Glenwood is in second place. Cahokia still leads. And a long gap to Sterling in third. It looks like Chatham is closing this a little bit on Cahokia.
Sterling and Centralia.
Centralia
and
looks like they are. And
No, there's not Manuka there?
Manuka's AAA.
That's right. Winnebago.
it's Winnebago.
The W went upside down.
Cahokia is still holding 49-8 split for Cahokia's third leg. Coming in, it's a fight for third place. Cahokia up in front.
Chatham.
Chatham moving up in second.
Chatham's got a good relay.
Remember they have the record from a couple
Centralia
of
in
years
third.
ago.
Centralia's in third. It's Tyran Lyman's of Cahokia's anchoring for the Comanches. Sterling is in fourth.
Here comes 1610 for Chatham.
Number 1610 for Chatham.
Is Giovanelli.
Dominic Giovanelli, running a strong anchor leg. Cahokia right at about 321.
50.2.
Okay.
50.2 anchor leg.
And it's going to be Centralia.
Centralia
in
second, third.
And then Winnebago.
Winnebago
and
four.
Sterling.
In first place, Cahokia with a 321.48. In second place, Chatham Glenwood 323.50. Third place, Centralia High School with a 328.19.
Olympia Fields, Rich Central off to a lead on this opening leg in the final preliminary heat of the 4x4 Class 2A. Our meet record 3:17.66, set last year by Cahokia. Rich Central on a three-turn stagger, but they're well ahead of the field in lane 8. And in lane 2, that's Rochelle. I'm sorry, Chicago Noble Johnson. Rich Central at the first handoff. And Chicago Noble, the Pumas, coming down from the break. That'll be Rich Central and Chicago Noble Johnson in second. Jacksonville in third. They're ahead of the field. And the Erie Co-op, I believe, in fourth. The red over black. Erie Prophetstown. But Rich Central coming up to the second exchange. Jones and Burlington at the exchange. Rich Central, your leader. Chicago Jones. Chicago Noble Johnson. Check that. Jacksonville running third. Burlington Central running fourth. Erie Prophetstown in 5th. Leading from the start, that's still Rich Central of Olympia Fields. Chicago Noble Johnson running in second. At the bell, 50.1 on official time on that third leg for the Olympians of Rich Central. Jacksonville now into second. Chicago Noble Johnson in third. Burlington Central now into third. Rich Central running to the finish. It's Kristen Williams. And Lucas Eggy running for Burlington Central finishes second. Very close to Jacksonville. They do get second. Olympia Fields time 3:22.54. Burlington Central 3:23.78.